Simon Devlin always had passion for music, and he turned his hobby into a successful music teaching company.
I've been working for multinational companies all over the world for several years. A lot of marketing, sales, a lot of websites sort of design, things like that. And to be honest with you, I got a bit bored with it, Amy, after a time, and wanted to get away from it. Now, I was a sort of professional musician, but it was more a part-time sort of role then. And I was always being asked, do you teach? Because I had the sort of marketing background and knowledge and awareness of how to go out and get people in, it proved quite successful very quickly.
He created Become a Music Teacher to aid musicians who wanted to learn the trade of teaching, and not only for guitar lessons.
Initially, I'm a guitar player and I'm a singer. But I got contacted by a guy who's a drummer. He's from Guildford in Surrey, and said to me, do you think you could do the same thing for drums? Because it was something that he was looking to do himself. And I said, well, yeah, I can't see why not. So we then set up, after my guitar lessons, we set up another business called My Drum Lessons. Another friend got in touch about keyboards, so we released the keyboards, and then there was a singing division as well. So we had the 4 different divisions, got the My Guitar Lessons, My Singing Lessons, My Drum Lessons, and My Keyboard Lessons. So that's where we're at the moment.
What he was doing was focusing on what individual teachers would want from the business, rather than a generic approach.
I designed it as a whole package, and I allowed people to buy parts of the package depending on what they wanted from us. So if they wanted more students, for example, they could buy the things that were appropriate for that particular thing. And then it really sort of went from there.
With the continuing rise of online teaching, Become a Music Teacher take a different, more personal approach.
I mean, I've learned stacks of stuff off YouTube and stuff, and it's a fantastic resource. However, I do find that you don't get that personal touch. So if I'm having a particular problem with a certain area of playing, and I want to ask, well, what finger do you use there? How do you do that? You can't do that. And what we do is that when we learn the pieces and learn them from the actual artists themselves, we then what we call tab them out. That basically means write the music on sheets.
The company teaches to teach, but that's not their only aim.
We would teach a musician how best to teach a student. And I don't just mean from a sort of a teaching aspect. I mean from a business aspect, so doing things like health and safety, getting them DBS checks so they can teach children legitimately, doing things like their financial affairs, their accounts, how to deal with the tax office, things like that. So making sure that they're all okay. And then we can do the lessons, lesson plans, lesson structures. We give them that and show them how to use them, so we train them up on it. And then the other side of it is getting the students in. I mean, we'll design them a profile, a really good website. They haven't got to go looking for students. We do that for them. They can concentrate on teaching and earning.
Become a Music Teacher was voted Best Music Teaching Service by the SME News for 2018.
We've also launched fairly recently a new teaching, it's an accredited teaching online training course, so people can actually train to be a teacher online. We can do that for them as well. And it's just about sort of keeping the business out there. I go around to lots of universities and academies around the UK, usually music ones, and I talk about the pros and cons of being a teacher.
They were also awarded for a Business Initiative Award for their recognition of a niche market.
And I love teaching people. I love that sort of get that warm glow from someone where they suddenly realise that they can play this scale or play this song and so on. It's just, wow, I've just shown them how to do that and pass that on maybe to the next generation.
The company will continue to grow and inspire. Amy Beth Stedman, That's TV.